Hello, my sweeties, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise, and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we will be talking about Final Destination Bloodlines. Let's get into the video.
Yo.
Hello.
What's spooky?
What's up?
Nothing. I'm chilling.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this movie a lot since we saw it.
Really? Is it all the deaths?
This is I think this is the first time that I've seen one of these kind of movies that, you know, based on like a kind of like I guess like almost like a young adult kind of novel. And it was just a lot of fun, you know? I really enjoyed Clown in a Cornfield.
I'm sorry. Today we're talking about Final Destination Bloodlines. Not Clown in a Cornfield. But if you guys haven't seen Clown in a Cornfield, you absolutely should go support that movie. It was super cute. I just didn't have time to review it, but...
Wait. Final Destination Bloodlines. Did we see that? We saw that?
Yeah.
Who was in it?
Tony Todd?
Well, yeah, he's in all of them. All right, well, can you tell us what this one's about at least then?
Directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, starring Caitlin Santa Juana, Tio... Oh my god, I can't say his name.
Uncle who?
Starring Caitlin Santa Juana, Tio Brones, and Richard Harmon, and of course, Tony Todd. Final Destination Bloodlines follows a college student who's plagued by a recurring nightmare of a deadly accident in the 50s. I thought it was in the 60s.
In the 60s. Okay, say that instead.
Oh my god.
You want me to just say what this movie's about?
No.
I
have to do the synopsis. What are you talking about? Final Destination Bloodlines follows a college student who's plagued by a recurring nightmare of a deadly accident in the 50s. In the fucking 60s. Oh my fucking god, today's not working in my favor. A college student who's plagued by a recurring nightmare of a deadly accident in the 60s. Searching for answers, she returns home to find the one person who can break the cycle and save her family from the horrific fate that inevitably awaits them.
Woo! We got
that took about 10 takes.
Good job, team. Okay.
Incredible work, honestly.
Yeah. All right. So, look, this is a Final Destination movie, all right? Meanwhile, look, this is a Final Destination movie, all right, everybody? So you know what the formula here is. Starts off with a premonition, a bunch of people die in a certain sequence, and then at the end, you know what happens. I'm not saying anything, because I don't want to spoil it, but if you've seen the other 5 goddamn movies, you know what happens. Now that that's out of the way.
Wow, you remembered it?
Now I remember
It's not Clown in a Cornfield?
It's not Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh
you know
my
what it
god.
is?
Yeah, it's so crazy because this one doesn't have any clowns.
You know, we watch all 5 of the other movies in like a 2-day span, and my brain was like on overdrive. And the thing is, like, these movies aren't effective at all. I don't mean to shit on Final Destination.
Oh my god, that I'm not agreeing with.
I don't like really any of these movies.
Just so everyone knows, I don't claim that.
These movies are not very good. Okay, and I'm willing to argue with whoever. They're not very good. And that's okay if you like them. But for some reason, I dreaded watching them. But after, I kept seeing all these signs and everything, you know? And it was really, you know, it was...
Listen, you should like these movies. They should scare you even. Because we don't even know how you lost your head. You don't even talk about it.
Here's the thing. I don't know how I lost my head. Because I didn't see it coming.
So, anyways, can we start talking about the movie now? Or
Yeah. So,
that's amazing. Good work.
yeah, so we flew through my point of me saying all this was I was very surprised by this one. Because as I said, if you couldn't tell already, I was quite lukewarm about the other movies. But
Wow.
I really liked this one. This one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So let's talk about Final Destination Bloodlines. A film with the word bloodlines in it was actually good. Wow.
And a Final Destination movie was actually good. Can we all just...
Wow.
No,
I don't know
tough
about
one.
that because 3 goes hard though.
3 was pretty good. I like 3.
That's kind of crazy. 3 is my one. That's the, like, you know, a girl and her digicam against the world movie.
That's because
Like,
you're a zoomer.
That's me. That is me. Anyways, so before we get into our story, I would love to talk about our performances because I'm very, very happy that everybody absolutely killed it in this movie. Let's start with our leading lady, who I have never seen before this movie. I thought she was great. To be honest, she had really good comedic timing and she hit all the emotional beats really nicely. And she had great chemistry with literally everyone. Actually, everyone on the cast had great chemistry, which to me is incredible for this franchise. Because let me tell you something. A lot of these movies, the acting is not great, okay? Let's be so serious. Final Destination 4, I don't even know what it's called. The Final Destination, whatever the fuck it's called. The one that I guess was in 3D. Bad. Everyone is bad. I don't care about a single character. Nothing makes any sense and they all sound like robots. Nobody talks like that, okay? The first movie, people don't talk enough about the fact that the majority of that movie is just them serving face. And really, like, that's it. So, I don't know. And 2 was like, fine, but can we be so serious with the cars exploding like they all had like C4 and like I don't understand. Goofy ass movie. But anyways, we don't really come to Final Destination for the incredible performances. We come for the gag-worthy deaths, right? Well, luckily in Bloodlines, we come for both. We got both. So obviously, I love our leading girl, but I really want to talk about Breck Bassinger, who plays young Iris. Actually, I really loved her a lot. I thought she was great. One thing I really loved about her, it just tickled my brain just right, was the little rasp in her voice.
Yes.
Loved it. It really just got in. It was perfect. Like, I'm not an ASMR girl, but I would listen to her do ASMR. I really loved that. And she also just nails the 60s vibe. Just everything about her, she really felt like she just came out of that time. And I really loved her chemistry with Max Lloyd-Jones, who plays Paul. I thought he was good too. And he also really came through as from that era. I liked them a lot. And to be honest, the whole opening sequence, I think also because of their performances, really is great. I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, Final Destination is known for like iconic openings and things like that. I think this opening was very, very engaging. I was gagged the whole time, okay? And it was also very exciting to see a Final Destination movie in the theaters. Yeah, everybody was great, and I was really excited to see Tio Briones. He is from Chucky. And
yes,
I was very excited to see him. He got so big.
Yeah, a lot of great performances. Honestly, I gotta agree with you. All of our leads, especially Breck Bassinger, everybody was really good. Really great chemistry with each other. I really liked Richard Harmon as well. I thought he was really, really funny. Him and Owen Patrick Joyner, they had really great chemistry as like brothers, and they're really funny together.
Yeah.
Also, Anna Lore as Julia, she was really funny. Like they were just a really good like little unit, like as a bunch of siblings.
Oh yeah.
But obviously, like outside of like the important lead performances, we do have one performance that if anything, I think might have been the most effective. And maybe it's just because, we're horror people. We watched this whole series in the span of 2 days, which was really rough, except for 3, which is okay.
It was pretty easy, though. They're all very short movies.
They feel long. But anyway, that's not the point. Is Tony Todd.
We have to. I was leaving Tony Todd for last. Now we can really talk about that king because he has a really good scene, and obviously for me and I'm sure many horror people, it was really emotional. It was a great send-off to his character and very sad.
And inadvertently, his legacy as well.
Yes. There's some kind of beeping going on. Yeah, so Tony Todd, he somehow is in the film for probably a total of maybe 5 minutes, and he really is very powerful, and ultimately everybody is talking about his scene. I loved the words he got to say, and honestly, we watched it with a really great crowd as well, because the crowd really understood the assignment. There were people clapping when he came on screen, and then when he left the screen, everybody was like, woo, thank you, Tony Todd, And it was really sweet and beautiful. And I'm really still sad about Tony Todd. We lost a gem.
Rest in peace to the GOAT.
I am happy that this was his send-off. Makes me feel good.
Man, it's funny because we were making this joke while watching the other movies, right? Like, Tony Todd's character is allegedly iconic from these movies.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
But, like, all he does is he just shows up and scares a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah, he just, like, has words of wisdom.
Yeah, and they'll be like, what's going on? And he'll be like, death is a cruel mistress. And then he just walks off. And, like, his whole thing is that he just has mad jobs.
You can't cheat death. I'm so glad, because we were both feeling the same way, and finally, in this one, we get some answers, and we get a nice little connection with his character, which felt really perfect. I'm so happy for that. If this is the last Final Destination that we get, I'm very pleased with it.
Make this the final destination. I guess technically it kind of is, right? Because they don't outright say it, but they allude to the fact that, like, everything in all of the movies is somewhat related to what Iris does.
Yeah.
So hopefully that shit is it. Where it's over.
Yeah.
It's done. It's good. 6 movies.
Yeah.
Solid.
I wonder when the beeping is going to stop outside.
Just stop right now.
Okay, good. I hope so.
So, we're not really going to give any spoilers, but do you want to get into our story, maybe?
Yes. Let's.
We have the standard Final Destination formula, but it is a little different this time. They decided to write a movie around the formula, actually.
I'm so happy, because actually, after watching all of these movies kind of back to back together in 2 days, it was annoying because every single movie is the same.
I think if you were to play them all at the same time, I think every beat would line up.
It's all the same, and nothing, like, no lore really is ever explained. It's just the same exact shit over and over again, and you're like, okay, great. And it always ends the same. So it's never shocking. You know what I mean?
You almost don't expect them to always keep doing the same exact thing every movie. That you almost expect something new, and you're like, they can't do that again. And then when it happens, you're surprised because they just do the same thing every movie. 3 was the one for me. I was like, okay, maybe some things are going to change, right? And every time I was surprised that they just kept doing the same thing. I was like surprised by it.
That's true, actually.
And I got to tell you the truth, I actually think this movie did it the best of all of them. Though I did really like 3. But there was one thing that you were telling me right after we saw the movie that they didn't do that was the same. It was honestly probably the only thing they didn't do.
Yes, of course. I was very disappointed. I was hoping when seeing Richard Harmon in this, being the little, kind of evil Colin Gray type, that he would have a ridiculous kind of name. Maybe something like Colin Gray, just something so ridiculous.
John Emo.
But no, I was really disappointed that everybody just had like a regular name, because what do you mean? What do you mean? Our icon of the franchise is Clear Rivers. Put respect on my girl's name. Clear Rivers. Final Destination starring Clear Rivers.
Yeah. I gotta say the truth, and I was just saying I liked this movie, and I did. If you like ask me like one thing that happens in this movie, I can't tell you.
That's so crazy.
I really hate to be like that because we're doing a review,
What
but I
do
can't
you
spoil
mean?
anything for anybody because I don't know what happened. And I gave this movie. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what I gave because we rated at the end of the video. But I gave this movie a certain a very nice rating, and I don't remember one fucking thing in this movie.
Okay. So,
There was a penny.
yeah. Okay. So, story-wise, I don't want to give too much away. The movie did just come out. You're going into a Final Destination movie. I'm sure you know what you're getting yourself into. But as Cornelia said, we really did up the ante in terms of quality here. And this one really did kind of bring us back to what this franchise really is all about. And it didn't get too lost in the let's just do stupid deaths and a bunch of things that make no sense. This actually had some meat to it. So love that. I have to talk about the opening.
The opening was gas.
The opening is great. We have this great band that's playing Shout. Love it. Are you kidding me? Such a great use of that song as well. I love that song. And I gotta say, it's been a little while since I've been in a horror movie where a lot of the time my mouth was just opening because I was gagged. And I really shouldn't have been too gagged because I know what these movies are about. But I will say that, girl, they did indeed up the ante with some of these like deaths. They were creative. That opening was so creative. I loved everything about it. I'm very afraid of heights, so it did a lot for me, that one. I just want to say that I'm really happy that Tony Todd's character means something.
Finally. And it's weird because I think if you explained it to me, the connection with Tony Todd's character and why he matters, I would have probably been like, wow, this is Tony Todd's Glup Shitto moment. You know, like this is his Anakin Skywalker built C-3PO kind of nonsense. But I actually thought it was like not too contrived, you know?
I thought it was great.
It felt nice. It felt right, you know? It felt like a good, hopefully this is the last one. It felt right. It was very satisfying.
Mm-hmm. In general, but I guess also in horror, we primarily watch horror, so. And the Final Destination movies, outside of just being like batshit ridiculous, I found that a lot of them, especially 4, is not funny. And they were trying really hard to be funny, especially like our characters and things. I'm really happy that the comedy in this one works. Everyone has great chemistry. My favorite, of course, was Richard Harmon. I thought that he slayed. He was the best part of the movie for me. I really had a lot of fun with this movie. Story-wise, I think it delivers on all fronts. And comedy-wise, it really ate, you know? I was laughing. I had a great time. I was gagged multiple times.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree. Overall, like all jokes aside, I really enjoyed this one. You know, maybe it's a little forgettable, but definitely not as forgettable clearly as 4 and 5 or 2. But I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So without spoiling anything, can you tell me your favorite death?
I'm gonna say the MRI machine.
Oh my god. No, that was gonna be mine.
Damn.
No, that's good. It's good.
It was a great death.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you stole mine, because that's also my favorite.
Yeah, well, you know. Finders keepers.
I think that about sums up my thoughts on this latest entry into the Final Destination franchise.
Hopefully the final entry.
I hope so. It feels like a good ending to the franchise, if this is the end. But I will say that I love this for us horror fans. This movie did very, very well in the box office. So because of all the success, we might get another one. Though I don't really want one, I'm content with this being the end. We might get another one.
But anyway, yeah, so, what are you gonna give this one, Spooky?
Okay. I am going to be giving Final Destination Bloodlines 4.5 levs out of 5. I really loved this movie. I thought it was great. And I love 3. I ride hard for the roller coaster one. But I love this one too. I love it the same amount, though this one is written a lot better.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think I'm gonna give Final Destination Bloodlines 4 levs out of 5.
Okay.
Now, that, unfortunately, is what I gave it when I first saw it, when I remembered what happened in this movie. But I definitely remember liking it. Previously, Final Destination 3 was my favorite. But I think this one just nudges it out by a little bit. And yeah, no, it's crazy. This franchise can only make a good film every 3rd movie.
That's not actually true.
3rd time's the charm, twice.
Wow. That's really something. I will say, man, you know, it would have gotten a 5. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, here's the thing.
If what? If Margaret Qualley was in it? Like,
yeah. But, no. I'm a little sad because I really love this movie, right? Here's my, like, thing, though. What's going on with the poster, right? Like, the first movie, like, can you pass me my Final Destination VHS, please? Thank you. So, observe. As you can see here, look at this amazing poster real quick, okay? I know it's not like anything special, but for the time, this was it, okay? This kind of poster and like the I Know What You Did Last Summer poster, they're all just serving face. Some of them are looking in different directions. I don't really know why, but it doesn't matter. They're here to serve face, right? They serve face in this one and in 2's poster, okay? And then 3, we got the iconic shot of them all like screaming on the roller coaster. And then somehow we get to the Final Destination and 5 and now 6. And we got some whack-ass skull going on, okay? Bring the actors back. I just spit. We need them to serve face for us, okay? And while you're at it, you have to cast Deachin Lockman from Severance because that's Miss Surfacey. She will serve face till the end. You know what I mean? I know this is like going all over the place, but I really do love this poster. And I want this back. If we're bringing back these kind of movies, can we do it right? I don't want a skull with, like, on fire. Like, shut up. Shit is tacky. God.
all right, my sweeties.
All right, you guys. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed Final Destination Bloodlines. I would love to know your favorite deaths and all that stuff. If you plan on spoiling it, please put a big spoilers ahead in your comment. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.